Okay, so I'm here for our first interview during the ENS, and it's nobody less than Oli Meggit. You guys know him all from the race director during the ENS and the ETS, but he's also a club member here. So we're gonna ask him a few questions. First, for the people that don't know you, can you please tell, how you started in RC?
How I started in RC? It was back in the late 1990s. I was racing. Well, my science teacher at school was racing RC cars, and he made a small club after school. And I wanted a hobby that looked pretty cool. I started doing that. Started driving a little bit more. Started finding some clubs to go and race at. And then in 2000, my dad started a small club in our town in the UK, and yeah, that sort of started me. I got a little bit more involved in organising, and more and more and more. And then, when I was about 16, I was at a race, and someone said, "Oh, do you want to do some announcing?" And I said, "Well, I'll try my best," and did that for a little bit. And then eventually, I ended up. The funny thing was announcing. There was a veterans race, and then as I was the youngest announcer, they thought it would be funny for me to announce the veterans race. So I did that, and then started working there after that with RCTV and with Red RC and with ENS and Uwe and everybody. So yeah, a long time in the hobby, but it's been a really fun ride. Yeah. Yes.
So 16 years of age and already starting with announcing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
pretty cool. I must say, I think last month I've organized my own race, and I was for the first time race director. And at this point, I got a little bit more respect of you because what the people don't know, they hear you hear your voice the whole day. But what they don't know is that he sit in his cabin there upstairs, watching. He needs to watch everybody, the action on the track, what happens there. If there is a car lying around, I think that people underestimate the effort you need to do for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and no one is perfect for sure. We cannot see everything that happens. We try our best to make as many people have the best fun as possible. But yeah, it's trying to understand what's going on in the race. Also thinking a little bit now, like this weekend. Okay, what might happen with the weather? How do we can change the schedule? What ideas have we got there? So a lot of things to think about, but for me, it's actually really fun. And I always say, in a way, I have the easy job because I just get to sit and talk about all the wonderful racing that I get to see in front of me. So yeah, it's really fun.
I must say, as now I'm talking as John Ermen, the racer, it's really cool to have a dry track every time and not to see it rain and then shit, I have to drive now in the rain. You guys do a really good job to make everybody race in the dry. So respect, kudos. So now a little bit about the green jacket. What's the green jacket all about?
Yes, so I first came here to Eigen actually for the ENS race in 2016, and met the people here and thought it was a wonderful club, and got chatting to a girl that was here as well, and then we are still together now after 8 years, I think now, and it turned out that girl is the daughter of the president here in Eigen.
So you were forced to take a membership here.
Absolutely yes, but I think I'm so lucky to have such a wonderful track in my second hometown now, and Martin and all the family and all of the club are so welcoming for me initially, and obviously for everybody for all the events. And yeah, naturally it was like, yeah, of course I need to be part of this club and help them as much as I can too. Yeah.
I've been here also before the ENS was arranged here, and I think the club also arranged some EFRA races during the time of existence.
Yes, so they started building the track in I think 2006, and then they held their first race in 2008. So they actually held the first big race they held was a Kyosho World Cup, and Stefan.
There were a lot of competitors back then, no?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people there. I think over 100 drivers for that, and including guys from Japan and things coming as well. And actually Stefan, who is the son of Martin, the president here, actually won one of the classes here, so he won on his
So he paid the...
I think he had a lot of practice time as well on the brand new track. But then so then they held some EFRA Grand Prix and the B Euros as well for both 110 and 18 in the next years. And then ENS came here the first time, I think, in 2014, I think it was.
Yeah, the 2014. Do you remember the winner of 2014?
I was looking at this beforehand. I know that was a wet race, and that was it was interesting you say you like to drive in the dry, because I thought some guy called John Ermen won in the wet then.
Yeah, that was my only ENS win. A fun fact, I'm the only driver who won a race for X-Ray in the ENS.
Wow, that's a long time ago, isn't it, for you then?
That's a fact I remember now. But talking more about ENS and the club, the first race was actually in 2014. I remember because I was a winner. Yeah, but I saw. This is why this is why this club is so amazing. The preparation here is really on point. I've been here for practicing, I think 2 months ago, and I called Martin. I said, Martin, I want to come with some guys and
Yep.
practicing. He said, when are you coming? Because then I will arrange the track preparation, which is for me it's really special because we were here literally alone.
Yeah.
I mean, we were here alone, and Martin was wiping the track, spraying the track. It was super. So nothing, no comments for that. It's super.
No.
But the first ENS race, I remember we have a different paddock. I think also different asphalt.
Yep.
So during the ENS races, we also saw a little bit upgrading.
Yeah, I think that's been the real key thing that the club has really wanted to invest back into the club and you know to thank the racers, but also to develop the facility. So yeah, the first time you were here, I think you had half the paddock size maybe, and then some tents on the front and a small canteen. Then they added more paddock, more pit area. They made a bigger canteen. Now we have a wonderful whole kitchen up the back of the track now. As the ENS has grown, then they've added the extra tent that they bring in this year. They've made the rostrum bigger. So every little year, kind of, there's always some improvement. A new surface, of course, on the track about 5 or 6 years ago, and then the tools as well, like the cleaning machine and the sugar water machine that they've either bought themselves or have actually built or found some companies to help them. So that's really been the important thing, I think, and you know that's what I know lots of clubs want to do as well is really reinvest into the clubs to make the facilities better and better, and I think that's the piece that. The idea is every year we come back for ENS here, they want to have a little something extra that they can show you. So this year it's actually on me now to have a new room for my announcing and the race director. So that was my ask for this year to have that.
Because you know the daughter of the president said, I want my own space. It looks brand new actually. You see, it's not worn like the other wooden rostrum. So yeah, cool. Do you think that the upgrades that the club has done is that because of we have every year an ENS race and the income of that one race really provides the club for the upgrades?
I mean, obviously, an ENS race is a massive event for any club, and therefore, yeah, naturally, that's a real good source of income for clubs, and clubs really look forward to those big events. But I think the piece as well is that the club doesn't just rely on an ENS race because, yeah. This is when I have two hats on now for my ENS hat on and my MAV jacket. We'd love to keep coming back here, but we maybe don't always come here every year. And like last year, for example, we didn't have the ENS here. They actually held the RC Bike World Championships. They were offered this one. There was too much going on with the club as well then for them to have so many big races. So they had that. But otherwise, you know, they've had other events here. And most importantly, it's the club members who, like yourself as well, coming to train and practice. Those little pieces just help the club. And from that, you know, they can just always use that money to reinvest in the club. So, yeah.
How many members does the club have?
It's got about 40 or 50 members. They don't
actively driving also?
Yeah, so they don't run many sort of club races. They want to focus their efforts on the events. But like you say, the track is always open for practice, so those members can kind of come here whenever they like. Everybody then has the key to the door, and yeah, you know, if enough people are coming, then they'll prepare the track and things as well. So yeah, people can buy the year pass, or if not, they can just have the day trips that they come here for. Yeah.
So they don't have club races at all, or just a few?
Maybe one or two a year, just to kind of keep those drivers racing a little bit. But you know, now this year with ENS, and then next week is ETS here as well. So I'm staying on here as well, and all of the circus stays here as well for another week. And they really want to put their effort into those races at the moment. So you know, that's a really important thing for them. It's been a great promotion tool for the club as well. That helps get more members as well, and you've just seen it grow. And with the location as well, being very close to Germany and Czech Republic, there's a lot of drivers from those two countries also now coming as well.
Airports also situated close by?
So yeah, it's not the easiest for the airport. So Munich is like 2.5 hours, or Salzburg is
it's
2
better
hours.
than driving from the Netherlands, I can I can tell you.
I guess it is, yeah. And I know, you know, sometimes people say, it's a bit far from the airport, but I think the idea is to say, yeah, but it's worth it to make that not just 1 hour from the airport, but the second hour to come to a facility like this. That's the aim, really, yeah.
The only thing I noticed this year is that the number of drivers, because last years we didn't needed the tent. Everybody could stay here in the pit. I think this is the first year ENS Austria we have more than 100 drivers. Is that right?
I think that's right. Yeah, I think we had something like 95 in the last few years, and now we have 140 drivers this year, which is absolutely crazy. So yeah, a massive thanks to all of the ENS drivers for being here. I think, you know.
What is the key to success? I mean, in Ettlingen we had also a record number. And we have a record number for the ENS in Eigen. I mean, 50 drivers more. Where lies the success?
Honestly, I think if Uwe and I knew that part, then we'd put it in a box and we'd sell it to everybody else. But no, I think that it's honestly down to hard work from all the ENS crew, from the work that Uwe does behind the scenes to prepare all the events, that Hartmut does to run timekeeping. I guess the thing is, you come to these races, you've got a clear schedule to run to. I try and do a good job to make a nice atmosphere, but also really for us, it's the clubs who really put the effort in preparing a fantastic track. We saw in Apeldoorn, again, absolutely outstanding from the club, and the same again here. And in Ettlingen, we saw that again. We're expecting it in Apeldoorn in a month's time for that too. So it's just everything comes together and everybody really puts the effort in, and everybody wants to make everybody have fun, and that's the reason I think the events are successful. Yeah.
One more question, because if you see a record number in Ettlingen, a record number in Eigen, is it not time for a 5th or 6th ENS race?
Funny, this is honestly a question that Uwe and I were talking about. Was it 2 weeks ago? We had a call. We'd catch up.
I say yes.
This is the thing to look at. I mean, we know the summer calendar is quite busy. Obviously, for nitro racing, you have to be in the summer months. It's not like ETS where we can go and do some indoor races. Really, you could do indoor nitro races, but it's not quite the same. But maybe we now have some opportunities in Italy or Spain or somewhere like that where you can start maybe in March or finish in October or November. So if drivers want it, come and tell us. And I think this is something we for sure will look at for next year. I can't say definitely we would do it, but if all the situations are right and we can find the right tracks who want to host us as well, and the drivers want it, then we'd love to have more races for everybody.
Speaking with you, questions keeps popping up. So this is my final question, because we see every year ENS season is in Eigen, Ettlingen. Then we have Apeldoorn lately. We have also been in Rockford, my home track, and then we have Italy.
Yes.
And this year we maybe went to Barcelona, but the track is not ready.
Yeah.
Is there, because there are so many more beautiful tracks, does the ENS have a contract with these clubs, or how does that work? Or can we visit other tracks in the future?
So we're absolutely open to visit other tracks. I think the really important thing is a track that can actually facilitate the ENS at this sort of size, because there are many really beautiful tracks we'd love to go to, but you kind of sometimes have a little problem with them, like you don't have pitting for 150 people. We need that space. You don't have the car parking, or maybe the hotels is not enough in the area for that number. So it's not just saying that's a really beautiful track, because for sure there's so many lovely tracks, but we have to make sure the whole piece works together. The club wants to support it as well, because let's be honest, I know from the club side as well, this is a huge amount of work. It's 4 days that you guys turn up for, but actually this is about 2 weeks worth of work. So they have to be happy that they can do all of that work as well. So we want to find some fantastic clubs to work with. We've got those at the moment, and if there's more out there that want to be part of that, then that will be really great. And we want to look for those expansion places and maybe even rotate some tracks in the future. But it's got to obviously fit the whole piece and find the clubs that want to and really can make those races still meet the really high standards that we want. Yeah.
Well, Oli Meggit, thank you. The only thing that I think when I hear Oli Meggit is wait.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time.
No problem.
I wish you good luck during the rest of the event, and we will see each other.
Yeah, thank you very much, and just to say to you, well done for all your work here as well, and to Hanno, RC Race Video. It's been fantastic to have you guys here this year with us, and it's been brilliant. So keep up the great work as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.